Hello, this is the TradeSite US Stocks and Futures Market Preview and Domestic. Doesn't matter. Here's for Thursday, the 3rd of September, and Friday, the 4th of September, 2020. As usual, we don't typically do market previews for Fridays, and I'm certainly not going to bother going into this weekend, which is Labor Day weekend. So we are closed. The stock markets are closed on Monday, as you know, which means Friday, a lot of people are going to leave early, and it is what it is. So we went up today. Completely interesting scenario, complete reverse of a lot of what we've been seeing. We gapped up big, then we sold off hard on the NASDAQ. The stocks that have been up, like Apple and Tesla, Netflix, were down, but now Google carried the way, up 62 points. The advanced decline ratio, we'll look at all this. The advanced decline ratio was negative early, it was positive later. It's a positive day for the market, but overall, like the stocks that people have been following were kind of down. So it's a weird switch. We made a lot of money today on Wednesday, a lot of money on the downside early, and it's funny to see it close positive after all that. So once again, the money's made on the downside. Here's a look at the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market. In futures form, new highs, and that's fine. Nobody cares. All right, crude oil down up 26 cents. I'm sorry, but if you really look at what happened today, we were down, right? 26 cents is since the close. We were down. Gold was also down like 23 points, although it's up $6 in the aftermarket. S&P cash gain, it's a big gain, 54.19. That doesn't happen often. NASDAQ 100 up 127. And that's interesting when you see what's down, but we'll look at that in a minute. The SOX up 65, big gap up. New closing highs on the SOX. Biotech's up 61. Russell 2000 gains 13.70. This was such a big technical day in the market as usual. I mean, everything was just so. You look at like what happened on some of these stuff like PayPal. The opening hour was literally the distance between the UPT and the LPT. I mean, there were so many things that were so technical in the market today, and gave us some great opportunities. But again, the focal point was really, even though we got a good short in Amazon from Rich, Tesla, which we're short since 500 through the puts, if you're in the options program, and Apple and Tesla today with shorts early because their splits are over, and just big wins across the board. It was such a huge day. If you look at the Tesla call from Rich's short entry to the low was 65 points. It's on a $400 stock. That's a big win. Okay, so everybody should be excited about that. But we all knew it was coming, right? This is very easy technical stuff to follow in the markets. All right, Russell 2000 up 13.70 does not take it out of the highs of the recent range, and most of these smaller cap stocks are struggling. The VIX finally up 45 cents. That was one of the weird parts. The VIX started out doing nothing early. It was hitting highs of the day later in the day as the market was hitting highs. Very, very interesting split in the market there. We'll see what that becomes. The trend at 0.78, sorry, puts the 10-day at 0.96. Now keep in mind, if I count backwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we got a 1.4 almost number, 1.335 number about to drop off. If you get a low reading like today's, tomorrow, that's going to make a major change in the moving average. And we'll see what happens. We can get down, again, that 0.85 moving average number is a sell signal on the market when it happens. NASDAQ volume 3.9. So it's better than we've been seeing. We've been seeing some bad volume. We've finally saw some better volume, best in the last 2 weeks anyways. Advanced decline ratio in the NASDAQ after being negative early was positive 615 at the close, positive 922 on the New York. Google, this is the one that held us up today, up 62.31. Okay. Apple, though, after the split, down $2.78. It's now a $100 stock again. That's a big move down. Netflix down $3.71. Amazon, we made some money on our downside after the gap up. We shorted it, made some money, but then it closed plus 32.33. We still did well. Tesla just getting sold off, hammered after the split, as we expected. Down 27, but it was down another 40 points from here at one point during the day. And so again, we're short from the 500 level with puts, making a lot of money on that trade. Facebook up $7.06, not new highs. Goldman Sachs up 458. That was interesting to see the banks higher. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, up $1.56. The Dow Jones up 454 points. Who cares? Nobody follows the Dow. All right, in terms of intraday action, here's what you saw. So boom, 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 flat early, and then after once we hit lunch, started to go higher and just kept going right up until the last candle of the day. Very interesting stuff on the S&P, but we made it all on the short side. And the thing is, at the end of the day, the short side's easier once you've gone up enough. and that's just reality. Here's a look at the, we're good. There's nothing else to discuss. Data for the week that's left. Thursday, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Challenger job cuts, nobody really cares. Unemployment claims, that's the weekly number. Almost another million expected of new claims. Also revised non-farm productivity, revised unit labor costs, and the trade balance number. That's all at 8:30. Final services PMI at 9:45. ISM non-manufacturing PMI at 10. Natty gas storage at 10:30. On Friday, again, a lot of people won't be here because of the long weekend. They always say the market starts to get interesting after Labor Day. It's funny because you would think with everything that's going on in the world and in the COVID world we're living in, that August would have been a little more interesting, maybe July. They were actually typically boring. They did exactly what they typically do. On average, if you don't know this, on average, from a technical perspective, August is the most positive month of the year. Think about that. September, and it's closing at high. It closed, we were up at highs. September, on the other hand, overall is the most negative month of the year. So it's the only month of the year where the average over the last 100 years in September was negative. It's the only month. So just keep that in mind because we're now into September and we come out of Labor Day and people come back and start to pay attention to, what's going on in the world. But it's weird because you think with nobody really going anywhere, why would that happen? Again, we've got the unemployment rate and non-farm payroll numbers coming out Friday morning, but people will be leaving for the long weekend. And we'll pick it up on Tuesday after that. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading Thursday and Friday.